Hi guys, and welcome back to Lazy, Hungry, and Broke with Sherry. Today we're making a no-bake cherry cheesecake, which you'd think would be easy, but I've even screwed this one up before. Not even, I have screwed it up before. So I am taking this to somebody's house. So I will be using one of these so that I can leave it there. But I am going to grease it a bit because one time I had Alburn's family over for dinner and I made a cherry cheesecake, and I guess I had pressed it down pretty hard, like firmly, like it says in the recipe. And it was like you needed a hammer to get it out. It was awful and embarrassing, but it was still edible. It just didn't have a very good presentation. So let's start with the base. Graham crackers, crumbs. I buy them, they're already crumbs. Some people prefer to buy the ones that, like the actual cookies, and then you gotta do all the work to it. That's just not me. So we've got almost 3 cups of graham cracker crumbs, and then half a cup of melted butter. That goes right in there. And then it says 1 tablespoon of sugar. So we'll just go like this. Sure, that looks like a tablespoon. And then we'll use this spoon and we'll get it all. You want it so it's like wet sand. Now, I've tried this many times, but for some reason, I have a different recipe every time that I do it because I don't know where I put the one from before. So I'm trying to be more organized. This particular recipe came out of my Lazy, Hungry, and Broke recipe book. I haven't published anything. It's just a binder where I've got the recipes. And so if this turns out good, then we'll keep that in there, right? And then I'll know what I'm doing all the time. Anybody who knows me knows that's not going to be true. Okay, so this is what it looks like. It's kind of wet-ish. And then we can just dump it right into there. Now, it calls for an 8x8 pan, or whatever you want to call, to put it in. I personally don't have an 8x8. And if I do, it's not like, I have no idea. There's so many different sizes, but you gotta search forever to find out what size it is. So, pat it so you can kind of make it even, but not too hard that you gotta use a hammer to get it out, like I did. Oh my God, it was so embarrassing. I think it was one of the first meals that I made for Alburn and his family. So you can imagine how embarrassing that was. The nice thing about it is with me, I can laugh at my own mistakes. Thank God, because I make a lot. Actually, I gotta tell you guys something. I was talking to my sister Carrie yesterday, and she was telling me about her going to Tim Hortons, and she ended up going around the building 3 times because she couldn't find the window. Like, that's just who we are, right? So I told her my story about, I went to pick up a friend in Baden. He was working there, and we were going to go through Tim Hortons, get something to eat, and then he had to get right back to work. So we're in the Tim Hortons parking lot, like the drive-through line, and waiting and waiting. And I could see cars coming out who had gone through the drive-through, but the car in front of me, the asshole wasn't moving. And it was starting to really tick me off because I knew I had to get him back to work really quick. So, anyways, I waited. I finally got out to go ask him if he was going to move. It was a parked car. I wasn't even in the lineup for the drive-thru yet. So, you know, another, excuse me, another embarrassing moment, but funny. Okay, so we have the crust. It's all done. So I'm going to sign off for a minute while I get everything ready for the cheese, I guess, that goes in the middle. Okay, be right back. Hi, I'm back. Okay, so now we're making the cheese part of it, which I've had turn out and not turn out. So everybody cross their fingers. So we need 2 of the 250 grams of cream cheese. So that's 2 of them. And we'll probably just mix this right up first to loosen it up. A bit. Whoa. Like, I don't know how loose you're supposed to have this before it gets loose, but look at it, it's all stuck in there. Hold on, I think we need a knife. Stay there. Okay, sorry about that, guys. It's been a while since I made cherry cheesecake, but I don't think this is supposed to happen. I don't think so. You wouldn't think so. Oh yeah, it's just stuck right in there. All right, maybe you're not supposed to do that first to get it loose. Let's put everything else in. Most of it is out now. Okay, so the other things that need to go in is 1 tub of Cool Whip. And this is where I made my problems. Oh, wait, not yet. Don't put that in yet. We'll come back to that. This is powdered sugar, and it calls for 1 cup. Now, I don't know, but I got icing sugar because it's powder. So I'm hoping that's the same thing. And cross your fingers. And then it calls for some lemon. Can't remember how much though. Oh, 1 teaspoon. That should do it. I don't know. Good enough for me. Okay, so now let's try and blend this together. You guys don't need to watch, do you? Or do you want to see how awful it comes out? So, the powder or the powdered sugar, I guess, and the cream cheese is what we're doing right now. Maybe it's supposed to be softer. It says that you should do it for, oh, sorry, I'll move over more. It says that you should leave it out, like the cream cheese, for 30 minutes. And I took mine out, and then I went to Giant Tiger in the dollar store, came back, watched an episode of my show. I'm watching Everwood right now. Very good show. Okay, I think that's it. So we'll try and get some of the icing off of these. Ooh, big chunk there. Okay. So it looks kind of creamy. I don't know. It doesn't look like there's a lot of crap there, but that's all it called for. Some of the recipes only call for 1 container of the cream cheese, but this one actually calls for 2. So And the reason we haven't taken or put the Cool Whip in yet, I saw on one person's page on Pinterest, they said it's better if you fold it in, which obviously I have no idea what that means. But I think I'm going to show you what I think folding is. And hopefully, they say it keeps the air out of it. Not that I've ever had air in mine, but who knows, honestly. Okay, so it says a plastic spatula. Plastic spatula. So we'll put this in now. Okay. We'll take the knife out. And we'll just kind of gently mix it in there, if that's at all possible. We still don't want any lumps or anything, so, I mean, gotta make sure it's all mixed in there, or blended at least. Every recipe is new to me, really, when I do it, because I have such a bad memory. So even if I made it like last week, I wouldn't remember how I did it, which is horrible, but the truth. So I can see it kind of blending in, but there's still lots of places where it's not blending in with the cream cheese mixture there. So I say, let's put that other thing in, because this one's not working. Okay, we're going back to this. So we'll just do it lightly. We won't do it aggressively, but we want everything to blend together. This looks better. I just don't want it to be chunky when, oh, that one's for Gracie. Oh, I gotta back up again. Sorry, guys. I've got it everywhere. I actually had aprons made that say lazy, hungry, and broke. I should be wearing one. Hey. Alright, I think this looks good. Every time I bring it up, I get covered, so. There. Okay, oh my God. So as you can see, I'm covered in it, but that's okay. Okay. I think that's it. No, Gracie. Gracie got some that flew on the floor, so she's happy. Okay, so now we're going to bring the crust back over. Look at this cord. It's just covered in it. Okay, can you see that? Yes, you can. So now we're going to put the cheese on it. So let's see how this turns out. Feels very thick, which I think is good. I don't know. And then we just spread it out. And we don't want the crumbs to come up, the graham crumbs. Oh shit, like that. We don't want that. Oh shit, did it again. Oh crap. Okay, we'll stay away from that corner for a minute. Okay. So, oh no. Try to cover up your mistakes when you make them. Right? Nobody has to know. Well, they're gonna know, but when they eat it tomorrow, they don't have to know. I think this is okay. Now, what I do is 2 cans of cherries, and you can put it on right away if you want. I prefer to stick this in the fridge and let it get a little bit colder so that it doesn't all come up mixed in with the cherry or with the cream cheese mixture. So, of course, it's totally up to you. If you just are making it and you want to go somewhere afterwards, just put the cherries on now. I'm just not going to do it yet. Okay, look at this. So that's it for now. I'll be back after I put this in the fridge for a bit and we give it time to cool up, get cold before we put the cherries on. See you shortly. Hi guys, I'm back. So this has been in the fridge for a while. So now we are going to put the cherries on. Now I chose cherries because it's my favorite. And just this size can, which is 540 milliliters. I do 2 cans. It only calls for 1, but I don't know, go big or go home, right? So lots of cherries. The other night, I was so hungry for something sweet. And I opened a can of these and I ate some. Pretty bad. But hopefully I won't get into this stuff tonight. To the cherry cheesecake, I mean. So once you have both cans put on, you just want to... Now, see, it's spreading a lot easier right now because it is cold. Like the cheese is cold, right? Doesn't that look good? Now, just because it looks good doesn't mean that it will be good because, I don't know, I think my cheese kind of was chunky. So, not like gone bad chunky, but I didn't, what do you call it when you... okay, those cherries are for me. Blend it. I didn't blend it enough, I think. So, we will see. I will let you know tomorrow when I take it to Courtney's. So, there we go. We've got that. So then, this is my Temu purchase. I've got 3 of these. Red, white, and blue. But because there's red in that. So it's hollow right now. It does have a lid to come with it. So you can put it in here to make your tinfoil tray sturdy. And then when you're about to serve it, you can just take this lid off. And then they can use that part. So I'll show you. Oh my gosh, that's heavy. Okay, so I'm going to slide her back over. So there you go. So this is the container. And then that locks. And then you take this. It has watermarks on it, but it's just from the dishwasher. It says not dishwasher friendly, but of course, I don't use stuff unless they can go in the dishwasher. So this has been in the dishwasher. Now the trick is getting this lid on. There we go. Oh crap, it came off this side. There we go. So here we go. Now this is ready to go in the fridge. Now when we get there, we just take this lid off, cut it, and serve it. Isn't that cool? Freaking love it. Temu is my favorite thing. There's just so many different things you wouldn't even think of until you're on there. So, in case, that's in the way. In case nobody liked my cherry cheesecake, I have also made cupcakes. But they're cupcakes like from a cake, and I'm just going to put this icing on. It's not because it's because I'm lazy. Lazy, hungry, and broke. I keep these in the house now because we're going to start having family dinners with all the family, blended family. So once a month we're doing that. It's not a mandatory thing. It's whoever can make it, I'm serving. Third Saturday of every month is what we decided on. So I want to be able to make desserts. So I don't really do that. I'm not a baker. I'm very big on if I can buy it in the store, why would I take the time to make it? But I kind of get shot down a lot for saying that. But yeah, I just definitely preferred the easy way out because I don't want to stand around in a kitchen all day. So that's just me. Doesn't mean that's you. Okay, guys, so there's our cherry cheesecake. Tomorrow when I take it to Courtney's, I'll let you know what everybody thinks about it. We'll come on and we'll get people's opinions of it. Honest opinions. I think they're afraid if they say it sucked that I won't do anything ever again. But I will. I'll keep trying. I'm only 60. I got a few years left. All right, guys. Have a great night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye. Okay, so I'm at my niece's, and I've served the cherry cheesecake. Mom, do you like the cherry cheesecake?
No. Sure do.
Dad, do you like the cherry cheesecake?
It's 112%.
Cameron, can you pass that to Courtney?
Robin, do you like the cherry cheesecake?
Thank you.
And one more. Here's my older sister, Carrie.
It's delicious.
So there you have it. It's a do-over. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.